have you with us from SB Ballard Stadium in Norfolk, home to the Old Dominion Monarchs. As we'll see a squad from the Sun Belt, the UL Monroe Warhawks, squaring off with another Sun Belt foe, the Old Dominion Monarchs. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game. And the Monarchs will kick it away to start. Here he comes with the return. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So Louisiana Monroe's offense will have the first crack at it in this one. Last time we saw these guys, it was a rather forgettable experience for this quarterback. He turned the football over, he got sacked. Just not a good day at all, Jesse.
Well, the defense was able to rattle him. They hit him often, they hit him early, they got sacks on him, and then he started feeling it. His eyes came down, he started floating the ball over the middle of the field and putting it into trouble and got picked off. So it's important in this one, David, up.
And the pressure gets there, and down he goes at the 18.
And they get to the quarterback and get the sack. That's a big emphasis for this defense. They saw a week ago, this offense gave up 3 sacks. They need to get to him early and often and create some indecision. Nice job getting a sack early in this football game.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. He'll pull it down. He's past the 30. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. The Warhawks come to the line with a new set of downs. Let's take just a second here on the Warhawks. It has been a season to forget, and honesty compels us to say changes are probably coming.
I'm not sure, but I think Reese Davis just fired a coach. Is that what I heard? I'm pretty sure that's what just happened. Listen, hasn't gone well. You've heard the outside noise continuing to get louder and louder. Haven't met expectations. And this is the business we live in college sports, when you get paid a lot of money to do a job and you don't perform.
Listen, at the end of the day in college football, it's results-oriented. They've lost football games this year, and so all signs right now pointing to them potentially making that change before next season. If they're going to stay competitive and they're going to field the best team and program possible heading into next year, then it looks as though a change is inevitable here.
Sometimes you see the offenses sort of settle in, find areas to probe after that first quarter. Gonna run it. It's Booth. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. Stuck with a running game on 1st down. Now here they come again. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
Offensive linemen are offensive linemen for a reason. They're not as fast as those guys on the edge. And you can see that defensive end came screaming off the edge, got to the quarterback before that O-lineman could do anything about it. Nice job of that defensive end. Scoop them sacks, baby.
The clock winds down to 2 minutes, and we will take a pause for the 2-minute timeout. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. No sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one. And the Warhawks send out the punt unit. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. The ball hits at the 5, and it'll go into the end zone for a touchback. So the Old Dominion Monarchs offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on. They punch the clock, and they're hard workers.
Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down. Back to throw, it's Huff. Right on the money.
I love the anticipation on that throw by the QB on the out route. You got to throw it before the receiver comes out of his break. Nice work.
Wants to throw again. Catch in the middle. It's Butler. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down.
At the 39-yard line. First down for the offense.
Looking downfield on first down. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete. What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go? Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Got it in the middle. It's Myers.
I'll tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands, and you saw it on that last play.
Snap from the gun on third down. Caught close to the marker. It's Butler. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a first down in the red zone at the 14. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Got his man quickly. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this third down play. Clock running. Double time, hustling to the line. They spike it to stop the clock. They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. Good, right down the boulevard. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
And 3 more on the board, and this kicker is starting to get a reputation starting off the season. Hasn't missed yet. Nice to have a guy that you can really, really depend on.
On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Final seconds of the first half. Let's see if they can pull off a little magic. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Shakes off the defender. They'll guide him out of bounds down at the 25-yard line. They'll come out and take a knee, and that should send us to halftime. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. A memorable first half of football so far today in Norfolk. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside Ballard Stadium.
The Warhawks will line up to kick off and start the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Old Dominion has the ball back. The Monarchs will send the offense onto the field. Goes to the option. The points have been tough to... Breaks into the open. Inside the 40. The 30. At the 20. Touchdown, Old Dominion. How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
And what execution by the offense. The quarterback making the right decision on the defender quickly. Get it to your running back. And how about the wide receivers and everybody else blocking in space, create an alley so the running back can do the rest and make the huge play for the touchdown.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Monroe has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. He leaves it with his back. They really need to find a way to generate some kind of offense down 10-0. And the Warhawks racing to the line in a hurry-up.
And the offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push that turbo button right back on the line, ready to run another play.
They stop him cold, maybe gets a yard to the 34. And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. They kick it away on 4th down. He'll take it on the return. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 31-yard line. Caught over the middle, it's Johnson. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Final minute now of the third quarter. Wants to throw, it's Huff. Got his man. They'll get him at the 45, but he got 10 on that one. Now a first down from the 45-yard line.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead.
And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone. They're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions. And then the pass rush, they win up front.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Guys, Old Dominion has the lead here as we've reached the end of the quarter. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. Timeout called by the defense is their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. He's going to take off, and he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. First one of the day is on its way. Didn't see a lot of him in that loss last week, only called on once. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. Handoff to the lone back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. The Warhawks will hustle to the line. All right, guys, let's take a minute and talk about the Warhawks. He's been under pressure all season, and they really haven't done much to turn down that heat. He's going to let one fly down the middle. He's got it inside the 25. And he's brought down after making the big catch, but not before he picks up more than 40. Now from inside the red zone. Finds his big tight end. Now the connection takes it to the 11. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Second down, he'll throw it. Lets it fly. And he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, UL Monroe.
And that's step one. Great job by this offense getting in the end zone. Now you got to go get the stop. You got to get the football back. You got to find a way to do something to create a turnover, get an onside, to get the football back, to get back in this football game.
Getting set for the point after.
On for the extra point.
And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, while we have a moment, let's peek in on what's going on in a big one in the American. Rutgers is currently working from behind, but how many times have we said that and then witnessed something special happen? This time of year, you just never know. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Tulsa. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this clash in the American you should know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. This time the defense was ready and they stop him in his tracks. The Monarchs are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. To the ground to try to move the chains. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. Motion from the wide receiver. On 4th down, going to the air. Complete out of the backfield. There he goes. Inside the 15, out of bounds at the 14-yard line. The offense looking for a score.
15-yard line.
Looks like the offense will just take a knee. In the postgame, if you start asking about the offensive struggles, the coach is probably going to say, let me tell you something, Mr. Television Announcer. They don't ask me how I won. They ask me if I won.
That is all that matters, Mr. Television Announcer, but I think you'd want to play better on offense. You'd want to score more points, but Reese, Jesse, I want to learn as I win. I don't want to learn as I lose.
And I know you're loving this one, David, because in today's era of modern college football,